I propose from this platform to have one voice of South, Southwest Asian and South and other developing countries that during this crisis time, developing countries need a relief in terms of debt swaps, debt relief, debt rescheduling to combat the extreme suffering that they are facing today. The global financial institutions need to provide longer-term concessionary loans at AAA rating, which means close to zero markup rate for 25 to 30 years to help developing world build resilient economic, social and environmental infrastructure that would help in accelerating the progress of development given by Sustainable Development Goals and mitigating the effects of climate disasters.
When we go and talk about FATF, it should be in the technical, financial, economic space, but it's not. I want to trade with Afghanistan. I didn't sanction Afghanistan. I want to trade with Iran. I didn't sanction Iran. So I can't separate. I think the key point, and frankly that's the direction of the NSP, and Harun has put it perfectly. In my view, we have used geopolitics to benefit our geoeconomics. It's time to invert the prism. Now, the reversal or the inversion is not going to happen overnight. It is going to be a process, but that psychological shift of using economics to build politics is where I think over time, everybody frankly would like to see us go.
In no time, between the world's biggest nuclear power look more real than it ever was. Switching crops and cutting production. That is why Antonio Guterres, the UN Secretary General, has warned that the world may shift from struggling with food price inflation to simply not having a...
We are geostrategically too important, and that is a tool to our all problems, rather than looking at the real issues and coming up with solutions. So what you are alluding to is actually reflective of that mindset. Second part is that there is a realization in my understanding that this particular narrative or thinking has hurt us more than actually gained, and looking at the current situation in front of us.
Global economies and the sustainability of life as we had always living, and the 6th South and Southwest Asia Sustainable Development Forum of UNESCO. Dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, let me warmly welcome you to this mega congregation of policymakers, thought leaders, practitioners, and especially the people who are striving for sustainable development.
Politically and socially fragmented country, when the mindset of that country is to project state power beyond its borders by using non-state actors under the cover of nuclear umbrella, don't you think that that is the real mindset which is the most serious impediment in the way of regional peace? Because instead of talking about mindset and conflict, let us call a spade a spade. The real mindset that is the impediment is an economically impoverished country.
Your team, just like Moeen and myself, we are really happy. I have said, diplomacy is a matter of mutual interest. When two countries have some interest, they come closer. As Pakistan, if Pakistan is getting closer to China than USA, doesn't mean Pakistan ignoring or running away from the China and increasing their...
Those systems are more suited to environments where the status quo is preferred. The first one is what you need when you need change. Our entire structures, and this is sort of a British tradition that we've continued in terms of that bureaucracy and that thinking, is about preventing चोरी नहीं होनी चाहिए, corruption नहीं होनी चाहिए, which is all correct. We need that, but it's taken away innovation, risk taking, and bold decision making. When you need change, when you have 30 runs to get in the last over, putting your bat and pad together is not going to get you the boundaries. And that's the kind of conversation. Now, you can also go wrong in that. That's where the checks and balances come.
Singh, Minister of State for Finance, Sri Lanka. His Excellency, Mr.
Global spread of COVID-19 has also
population is going to double by 2044 to 44 crores. So time is short. I think we have to get going, like the Chanel said.
environmental pollution that no single country can now handle on its own because of the shortage of time. 2021 to a record.
Planning, developing special initiatives, so please.
On SDGs. It was decided in the 5th SDG forum held at Sri Lanka last year in November 2021 that UNESCAP
to all of us in UNESCAP.
Crisis have led to significant socio-economic challenges in Pakistan and reversal of some development gains. Of course, as we all are acutely aware of compounding these crises.
His Excellency Mr. Shehan, Minister of State for Finance of Sri Lanka, Mr. Syed Zafar Ali Shah, Secretary of the Planning Commission of Pakistan, Ms. Nikki Patanaka, Head of UNESCAP.
ecosystem enabling rigorous evidence-based planning and progress monitoring. Sri Lanka has been able to achieve higher levels of social and human development.
Yes, we can.
Honorable Professor Hassan Iqbal Chowdhury, Federal Minister of Planning, Development and Special Initiatives of Pakistan, Honorable Ministers, Her Excellency Amida Salsia Alisjabana, Executive Secretary of UNESCAP, Excellencies, distinguished delegates.
South and Southwest Asia Forum on the Sustainable Development Goals. I would like to express my gratitude to the government of Pakistan and the Sustainable Development Policy Institute for co-hosting this forum. We appreciate your tremendous efforts in organizing this event, especially during this very difficult time for Pakistan.
South and Southwest Asia at this forum. Sustainable Development Agenda and South-South cooperation are globally agreed blueprints for peace and prosperity of the people and the planet. As the world is passing through unusual times, the innovative form of knowledge and experience exchange, technology.
Dependent economies in the world. 45% of our energy consumption is met through imports. The only other country with a higher dependence was Sri Lanka, 80%. And that country.
This formula for the reduction of tariffs in the auto sector, why not a formula can be devised out to bring that, to what extent, to what ratio the climate investment fund should be earmarked for the
Credits of Pakistan's, your comments please.
And to whom you are asking?
How the discussion is taking care about the mitigation about.
Several countries from the global north have been dumping their solid waste into the landfill sites of Pakistan and the global south in general as well. So my question is that when we know that this is something that's all.
But it is also spatial. Since these two system terminates, so any changes in the spatial pattern would lead to a flooding in some parts of the country, or in one year, and the drought in the other year. And also Pakistan.
kg per hectare, talking about the entire piece where we cultivate, I'm talking about 1 million tons of fertilizer opportunity. 1 million tons of fertilizer opportunity. So there's so many things that we can work on. Nitrogen being another one. We heavily put nitrogen in our soils. It is all impacting us in terms of the climate change that is happening.
Everything and how dismal the picture is and how we have missed the bus. So we did miss the bus
and